And thank you for staying with us here on the WHHI-TV Daily News. With me now is CarltonBDallas. He has, of course, got his finger on the pulse of everything business going on in Beaufort. So thank you for being here today.
It's a pleasure.
Nice to see you. So we're going to jump right in with something that's kind of taking root here. Started in Charleston, but there's a movement for entrepreneurship for all and for women-led coaching. So this is kind of really exciting. Tell us about that.
It is a phenomenal organization created by a lady named Ms. Raquel Pageant, who has tremendous support and established her offering in the Charleston area.
Yeah.
She's helped a lot of businesses. She has a tremendous skill set across so many aspects that are necessary in a business, like fundraising, operations, marketing, strategy, but also one of the things we've spoken about before, which is developing your network. So much of our business comes from our network.
Right.
And she helps young entrepreneurs or entrepreneurs of any hue, gender, what have you, but she really is targeting women businesses,
yeah.
But she reaches out to anybody. So we're fortunate to have her here.
Well, I mean, what a great resource for somebody who's wanting to get established, because somebody who has that knowledge base can really give them a leg up. So,
absolutely, and
yeah.
that person speaks from experience having done it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And her efforts here are really taking hold, and we're going to involve her in a project that we're leading called the Silicon Garden.
Yes, and we're going to talk about that in just a second.
Not a problem.
But I know you wanted to also touch on something that we need to maybe work on a little bit, and that's targeting our math test scores. Let's talk about how we can maybe improve that.
So the school district, Beaufort County School District, and others, as well as the state of South Carolina, are trying to make sure that we have good standards, challenging standards to raise the performance of math by our students. And so the Beaufort County School District has created a program being led by Dr. Lise Dickson, who is, I called her last night in the board meeting, has led many turnaround efforts and improvement efforts. And she has adopted and is implementing this program called OGAP. And it's really about goal-oriented performance.
Okay.
And so she is targeting specific schools and students and reaching out so that those students get reaffirming engagements that are nurturing and demystifying this thing with math. So let me give you an example. When I lived and worked abroad in Africa, some of the best mathematicians, physicists, engineers I ever encountered went to school under a tree in grades 1 through 8. And yet they come into a big organization like Chevron and they're competitive with our engineers from MIT, Caltech.
Interesting.
And no one told them they could not do math.
Right.
So a lot of it's cultural.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, what a great initiative that is. But I want to make sure we have a little bit of time left here, about a minute and a half, to talk about the Silicon Garden, your brainchild. And really, it is starting to get some legs.
I tell you, it is so invigorating for me. A week and a half ago, was able to participate in a board meeting for Dollamore School of Business Partnership Foundation, for which I do sit on that board. And people that were sitting close or next to me were former Governor Jim Hodges, South Carolina Commerce Secretary Lightsey was there, so I had a chance to talk to him. And the thing about Silicon Garden is when people hear Silicon Valley, they immediately identify with the skill set, the entrepreneurial spirit, and the academic institutional support.
Right.
We have those things here.
Yeah.
We have them in the state of South Carolina. So what we've done is we've reached out to South Carolina State and then also Georgia, both of which have been receptive so far. Our elected officials, Mr. Jeff Bradley in particular, extremely supportive. And he's leading that AI and technology effort per Governor McMaster.
Okay, and so let's talk a little bit about what do you see as the ultimate vision for the Silicon Garden?
Absolutely, that our young, talented students, who are many, don't feel like they have to leave to have rewarding careers. They can go to college wherever, return, because so many high-tech companies are coming in.
Yeah.
For example, few people know that right here on Hilton Head, we have one company designs and manufactures parts for NASA. Space shuttle.
Interesting.
Interesting.
You're right. I didn't know that.
No, it's not widely known, but hopefully it will be now.
Yeah. Well, I always learn something from you every time you're here. Thank you for being here today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we will be back, so don't go away.